The different parts of Airbus aircraft. The various parts of Airbus aircraft are transported inside a cargo plane known as the beluga. But imagine this. When it comes to the world's largest passenger aircraft, the Airbus A380, transporting its massive components by air becomes impossible. That's because to this day, no cargo plane exists large enough to fit such a gigantic, palace-like airplane inside it. So how are the enormous A380 parts manufactured across Europe brought to Airbus's final assembly line? Welcome back to another fascinating episode on Aliwal Creator. Airbus is a European aircraft manufacturing company that produces around 1,000 airplanes every year, delivering them to airlines all around the world. That means, on average, 3 brand new airplanes are built every single day. An incredible feat that requires extraordinary logistics and precision. But how exactly are these airplanes made? That's a story of its own. Today, we'll focus on how their massive parts, produced all across Europe, are brought to the final assembly unit in Toulouse, France. Airbus's logistics network combines sea, river, land, and air routes, making it one of the most complex transportation systems in the world. Each part of the aircraft is produced in a different country across Europe and later brought together to form one magnificent flying machine. This isn't just manufacturing, and it's the result of decades of engineering brilliance and meticulous logistical planning. Back in the 1960s, major European nations like France, Germany, Spain, and the UK came together with a dream to challenge the American aviation giant, Boeing. Their goal was to form an alliance capable of building large commercial aircraft. However, one major problem stood in their way. Airbus had 11 production sites spread across Europe. Each site specialized in a specific part. In Hamburg, Germany, tail sections are made. In Saint-Nazaire, France, the central fuselage and nose sections are built. In Broughton, England, wings are produced. And in Cadiz, Spain, the tail components are manufactured. Once all these parts are ready, the next challenge begins: transporting components the size of a football field to the Airbus assembly unit in Toulouse. In the early days, when demand was low, Airbus relied on trucks and ships to move these components. But the process was painfully slow, sometimes taking months for delivery. As production demands increased, that delay became unacceptable, especially when Airbus needed to roll out 3 airplanes per day. To solve this, Airbus created something extraordinary. Inspired by the beluga whale, known for its large body and melodic voice, Airbus developed a new aircraft in 1994, aptly named the Beluga. The Beluga's only mission was to transport oversized aircraft components. It had capabilities no ordinary cargo plane could match. Measuring 56 meters, 184 feet, in length, and 17 meters, 56 feet, in height, roughly the size of a 7-story building. Its cargo space could fit 182 Suzuki Altos inside. The plane's nose lifts upward like a car hood, allowing for quick loading and unloading of massive parts. For instance, the wing pair of an Airbus A350, measuring 32 meters long and worth around 43 million, fits perfectly inside the Beluga's fuselage. Even a tiny scratch during loading could cost millions, so the entire process is handled with extreme caution. What once took months by ship or truck The Beluga can now deliver within 2 hours, dramatically speeding up Airbus's assembly operations. After its success, Airbus introduced an upgraded version in 2014 called the Beluga XL with even more capacity for larger components. Everything was running smoothly until 2004, when the Airbus A380, the world's largest passenger aircraft, was launched. Its fuselage stands 8.4 meters high, and each wing near the fuselage stretches 16 meters wide. The Beluga XL's cargo hold, however, is only 7.5 meters high, meaning the A380's fuselage or wings couldn't fit inside. Now, the fuselage could be split into sections, but the wings could not. Wings are made as a single piece because they house fuel tanks, hydraulic systems, and bear most of the aircraft's stress. Splitting them would risk fuel leaks and structural weakness. Airbus briefly considered building a Beluga XXL, but redesigning the aircraft and upgrading engines would cost billions, and with limited demand for the A380, it wasn't financially practical. So Airbus engineers came up with another brilliant solution, a super convoy system, combining land, river, and sea routes. They built roll-on, roll-off, ro-ro ships, allowing massive parts to be wheeled directly onto the vessel. Instead of using cranes, one such ship, City of Hamburg, is 126 meters long and 20 meters wide, with 5 times more cargo capacity than the Beluga XL. From Hamburg, Germany, these ships travel 1,600 kilometers to Saint-Nazaire, France. The journey isn't easy. The north seas, violent storms, and 5-meter-high waves threaten multi-million euro aircraft parts. The ship's crew checks cargo chains every 4 hours, while onboard cameras monitor everything 24/7 to prevent even the slightest damage. At Saint-Nazaire, the parts are transferred to special barges that travel through the Garonne River toward Bordeaux. But there's one huge obstacle: the Pont-de-Pierre Bridge, built in 1810. Its arches are uneven, and only arch number 9, which is 19 meters wide, can fit the massive barges, with just inches to spare on either side. The river's water level depends on ocean tides. Every 12 hours, the captain gets just a 3-minute window when tides are low enough to pass safely. Missing that window means a 12-hour delay, disrupting the entire Airbus schedule. To handle this, the barges use adjustable platforms, allowing clearance even during low tides. Once the barges reach Bordeaux, the final leg begins, a 250-kilometer road journey to Toulouse. This is done using super trucks, each 50 meters long, powered by 650-horsepower engines, and equipped with 96 wheels. These convoys only move at night when roads are empty. Highways and city streets are temporarily closed, and a team of 40 personnel, including police escorts and engineers, accompanies the convoy. The toughest part? Navigating roundabouts and narrow village streets. Sometimes a 15-meter wing hangs off the back of the truck, just inches from streetlights, trees, and rooftops. Finally, the parts reach Toulouse, where high-tech assembly systems bring the aircraft together within hours. The A380's fuselage alone requires over 19,000 rivets, and another 4,000 rivets attach the wings. After installing engines, electronics, interiors, and paint, the world's largest passenger jet is ready for delivery. Each Airbus A380 takes around 9 months from part production to final assembly. Only 251 units have ever been built, and about half of them belong to Emirates Airlines. The A380 can carry up to 850 passengers and has a takeoff weight of 575,000 kilograms, 1.27 million pounds, equal to 300 SUVs combined, with a price tag of $445 million, around our $3,800 crore. One A380 costs as much as 5 Boeing 737s, so next time you board an Airbus, remember the immense teamwork, innovation, and daring logistics that made your flight possible. Thank you for watching Aliwal Creator. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts below. We'll see you in the next amazing video.